Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron for Kaiserreich with me, Alpha Pi Omega, an Austrian Empire. So I'm preparing to go to bed, but before I go, I decided to make some tea and do one or two episodes of our favorite empire, the Austrian Empire. So what have we been up to in the previous episodes? Well, we have designed our first medium tank, the Kraftpanzer 1, which we have started to produce. We are currently sitting on 1.29 per week. But based on our production efficiency, we should get to roughly 1 per week with 3 factories. We're going to increase that by 4 additional ones, which should put us to something like 2 per day, but we're going to see where it leads us to. However, the tank itself is not that expensive. Its production cost is 18 compared to the light tank Kraftpanzer M40, which is 17.16. So it's actually much better to build these ones, though we are using these for scouting and so on, so we will still keep producing, but no more will be dedicated to these. Instead, we are going to start heavily boosting the production of the Kraftpanzer 1. I've actually went ahead and scheduled 12 military factories and 4 civilian and 2 synthetic refineries, which we are going to use and dedicate to our production. So 1 factory is going to go to the infantry equipment, 1 to support equipment, 1 to improved artillery, 1 to our improved anti-tank, actually 2 to our improved anti-tank, 1 to the truck production, 2 to the mechanized equipment, none to the light tank, and 4 to the improved medium tank. I'm basing this on the effective production efficiency that we have, so that we keep improving ourselves in that. So you can see that where we have very low production efficiency, like at the planes, we are not adding anything, and where we have very low one, as with the Kraftpanzer 1, we are going to add these later on when actually all of the previous factories have been distributed. And of course, we're going to boost our anti-tank production because we need those. We have been very low on their production, and the same with the Kraftpanzer. So, the logic should be fairly simple. I've also when I loaded the game has hit me with the fact that we are short on steel. I think this is connected to our second project where we are building the advanced cruiser house. Plus we are working on the Weltkrieg light ship house of the Hussar class, which are basically the mine layers. I don't know if we haven't finished any, so it's going to take a bit before we do, but that is going to be another project of ours, and then we're going to work on the steel class. But I don't think this was there before, so I don't know what the issue is. I guess we'll have to see. And we're also working on rebuilding the Hungarian industry, which is great, after which I think we might go with the expanding the Bohemian infrastructure and expanding the Prague ironworks, which is going to give us 16 iron. On that note, I think we can unpause the game and continue with the playthrough. Oh, you can get a skill, which is also useless for you. Well, never mind. All of our units, no, actually not all of them, some are still drilling. It's the infantry units that are drilling, and our light panzer division, and our unit of Kaiserschützen division, which is something that we also need to improve. We are so desperate for army experience. I mean, right now we're getting about 0.5 per day, which is great. Ecuador has capitulated to the Dominion of Canada. Okay, wait. Ecuador? It should be here, right? Bolivia, Chile. Oh, uncertain times. War is hell. And it seems like the Germans are actually advancing in some places, which is kind of interesting compared to the fact that Ukraine has all but collapsed. I don't like the fact that the Russians are at our border at this point. This is really bad. So I think we might actually send our units there, but at least, we'll see how they're doing. Air Force Department. We have gained the next level of upgrades, so cool. What can we do next? Plastic explosives. I think we can go with the cryptographic department. That is gonna hit us a bit into the production line, but it's gonna give us the ability to decrypt our enemies' ciphers, which is something that we haven't really, dealt with until now. So, better now than never. Okay, and as I can see on the research, we're doing really good. We're working on the computing machine, the assembly line production, concentrated industry. We're gonna have the better naval bombers soon. How much better? Our defense is increased by 2, agility increased by 5, naval attack by 5, that's what we're after. Air attack by 10, naval targeting by 2.5. It's actually pretty good. And we will finally look into the Khazar support. It's this one, right? Yeah. This looks a bit more like a fighter. This one looks like a Khazar support, but this one, not exactly. But we will start throwing factories at those very soon as well, because believe it or not, we need more air wings. So you have been distributed. There is a airfield in north of Bohemia for some reason. Can we distribute some aircraft? Well, we could put the fighter ones on that. It's kind of funny. Oh no, that's the B534. Okay, so let's do that. Let's put 50 out there and have them drill to increase our efficiency. And how are the naval bombers? Are they already at 100? Yes, they are, and they are not drilling. And I think we have additional 100 here. Yep, we do. Okay, so those are gonna be deployed. Now, having naval bombers in higher amounts is very good when you are trying to target enemy ships, because they don't work the same way as fighters do, where fighters all work together as an operational unit, while here you actually are comparing one of the fleets, or no, not fleets, one of the wings against the fleet that you are targeting. So having 100 is much better than having 4 times 25, for example. At least that's my experience. Okay, now you don't need steel. So I don't know why the game was trolling me like that. Oh, actually we need even less steel. Okay, so that's 3 factories that we get back, which are now working on a Southern Tyrol military factory. Okay, we are at 16 army experience, which I believe should be enough for us to redesign the Kraftpanzer 1 to what we wanted to do, which was basically... Was it the engine that we were after improving? It was the engine, wasn't it? Yeah, we wanted it like this, or no, we wanted it like this. They need the 8 kilometers. Armor 76. Okay, so this is gonna be Kraftpanzer 1. Kraftpanzer 1. 1A. It would be Kraftpanzer 1A, if I remember correctly. So now let's switch you to the Kraftpanzer 1A, and you are going to first remake the 4 that we had into you, boosting their abilities, and then you're going to start producing more. Okay, and the Hussar class, not exactly great, but we need the mine wires, so for that they are going to be great. And we will have to reform you into, wait, that's 1822. So that's a really bad number to be split. I mean, I could split it to 2 units of 11. So that tells me we need to put 2 more submarines. Damn it. Commune of France took 5 states. Bolivia was annexed. Is it here? No, but where the hell is Bolivia? Bolivia should be here somewhere. There's Venezuela. There's Colombia. Oh, is it here? West Indies Federation, no. Ah, here it is, Commune of France. Yeah, so I was looking at the right place in the first time, I just didn't recognize it. Okay, well, good for us. We built the Hungarian industry. While mainly a rural country, Hungary did have large civilian industries towards the west, where, unfortunately, the majority of the fighting took place. Budapest, partially destroyed from the war, shall become the centerpiece of an effort by the imperial government to return the war-torn area into its former glory. So now I could claim the Hungarian skies, but I think instead we're going to go with expanding the Bohemian infrastructure in preparation of the attack. Okay, German Empire is not providing us with enough tungsten at this point, but we are kind of okay with that. That is not an issue. Do we have... yeah, we have almost all of the tanks upgraded, so the production is gonna start soon. Did we just drop the ball on the production again? I think we might have. It might have reset in 1.44 per week. It might have reset. Oh, do we have any military commanders that we can get here? Air superiority plus 10%. Now we're gonna go with the naval first. Decisive battle. Naval experience gain 0.09 and capital and screen attack. Yep, let's get you. Naval experience is also very useful. Which reminds me that I wanted to build 2 of those submarines. It was the U-120. Yeah. So let's put 2 more so that we have 4 fleets of 6. That actually sounds like a reasonable number. So what can we see about the Commune of France at this point? Not much. We're getting just 4.2 from Intel Network. The fact that our syndicalist is making it easier. Their army is roughly 800,000 men, which is way more than we have. Well, actually, it's not way more. It is more, though. And they're unable to breach anywhere. And the fighting here is looking like it stagnated. Which I can say is kind of cool. So how is this area of being compliant? Not much, but in some territories it's already falling. Okay, need more steel again. How great is that? Import it from Germany, give them the extra factory. The rubber. Yeah, we're getting 20, so we need to improve upon that. Instead of building more, now is the time to actually get more rubber factories. No, more rubber from our factories, that's what I wanted to say. So I think that now each of the factory provides 2. So that would give us a flat 10, really? Okay, so we formed the cryptographic department. So let's start with the radio interception group. What did we get? 4 more motorized divisions. Okay, so 17th and 18th division is gonna go to the 4th Army, and you guys are gonna go to the 5th Army. And I wonder if you guys will automatically start drilling. Because I think you might not, so let me just do it this way. And we have now enough experience to... Actually, do we have enough of that anti-tank? We don't, but we will. I also want to do this, which we can do now. So let's wait a bit and then just deploy this, and that's gonna make them done. So we get the Lone Fokker T8 V/C. Lohner accompanied the previous made seaplanes and flying boats for the Kaiserreich Seefliegerkorps during the war, acquired the rights to produce the Fokker T8 for the Austro-Hungarian Navy. Okay, so this is probably an originally German aircraft, or so it seems. So as we will boost the other productions, I think that you can now go with the rubber processing, because for now it is going to be fine. Because we will not start the, anytime soon anyway, the production of the Quasar support. Okay, and we need you to go there immediately. Okay, that's quite a hit in the production efficiency, but still it's gonna be fine. We got tons of aircraft already deployed. Yep. Tell you guys all drilling because I know that you were kind of high on experience, but you still didn't get there. Cool, man. You got there. How's the fighters doing? That's 4, 6, and night operation penalty reduced. Okay, cool. You can do that. Oh! So the Gimmicks army now gained an additional unit. And we are recruiting another one. Okay, so we can actually get yet another Gebirge division. These are really good. They might not seem that way, but if you remember in the previous playthrough, the Gebirgs army was unbelievably effective at deterring our enemies. Okay, light tanks are starting to get better. You guys are a priority for the upgrade, so you should be getting all of them. Yeah, they are getting them. Okay, cool. The Kingdom of Ukraine has capitulated. The Ukrainian government has gone into exile. Damn. Okay. Quite a lot of these units were encircled here. That's not great. How is this war against Russia going? Current wars. The fall of Rome. What? Oh, Sardinia actually landed in Rome. That is unexpected. Today, a general commanding Sardinian forces secured the surrender of the Eternal City. For days beforehand, Sardinian troops had fought through the suburbs, and while some of the swampy areas were still under Italian control, the major highway through the center of Rome and the Vatican City was completely locked down. Italian soldiers have been seen dispersing into the low foothills surrounding the ancient capital of Roman Empire. Sardinia has been careful to announce the special military police are on hand in the city to prevent the looting of St. Peter's Basilica and the Pantheon, and they are in a negotiation with the Pope to see what autonomy the Vatican can retain while under Sardinian occupation. Well, I wonder how long that's gonna last. Okay, how's this Russo-German war going? It's fairly even. And Russia is actually taking insane casualties. Yeah, Kingdom of Ukraine lost a ton of men because they were mostly fighting on their area. But I have a feeling that if we join the war, that would be pretty... Yeah, we can now do that. The Russian menace. Dominion of Canada took 14 states. Colombia has capitulated. So maybe we shouldn't attack the Italians. Maybe we should deal with the Russians first. Our divisions are fast enough to actually regain most of the territory, I believe, before the Germans... before the Russians even move their units to us. And considering our manpower is 722,000 now in the field, equipped with very good weapons, I think we could make a significant difference. Okay, so we're gonna distribute the support anti-tank and the artillery. Yeah, I believe we are almost where we need to be with that. So that's great. That means all of you guys will now need to re-drill. And we got the radio interception group done. Still no extra operative, so yeah. But we can start the decryption here. Come on. Cryptology. It's gonna take us roughly 7 years to decrypt them. How awesome is that? Okay, the Alpeniago divisions can now get the engineering companies. So let's distribute those as well. Gonna make the units stronger. Yeah, this is the army experience is starting to look pretty good. So you guys will now drill more, which is great. You got the you got because these are also prioritized. So you guys got the new tanks. Okay, cool. So that's where our tanks are going, not to the tank divisions, in fact, but to the Alpeniagas. And we're building more truck divisions. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Well, never mind. We expanded the Bohemian infrastructure. As the main border region between us and Germany, it is vital that roads and rail systems remain well maintained and large enough to transport our army should a conflict break out. After a short but very mechanized war, Bohemia's roads and everything but well maintained, not helped by the fighting in the region from Czech rebels. Well, now let's expand the Prague ironworks, because that is something that we need. We're short on tungsten again, and Germany, unfortunately, is proving to be fairly unreliable. So is there anyone in Europe that can provide us with... not really, unless you want to trade with Russia. Portugal could. Ostafrika, Kingdom of Spain. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Kingdom of German East Asia, because that's closest to my heart. Do we have any tungsten? We actually do have a lot of tungsten. Where is it? Sardinia. Okay, so not only did Sardinia lose Rome, but it was immediately invaded by Italy and lost that. Well, that's what you get for poking the bear. But I wanted to see tungsten. Where do we have tungsten? Well, I'll be damned, I didn't see it. So where are we extracting it? Southern Tyrol. Okay, yeah, that's true. And Western Slovakia and Central Greece. Central Greece. Oh, here. Okay. That could actually be easily upgraded, but there's unfortunately not enough of it to warrant such a big investment. That's Trentino. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess excavation after construction is going to be our way to go. Because extra 10% will here be extra 4, which will make us less dependent on the imports. Okay, anyway, I think we're gonna end the episode here. We already got 20 medium tanks. We got 420 extra mechanized. So I believe our next step is going to be finish the upgrading of the cavalry divisions, which is gonna be exactly this. So we'll have enough mechanized to do that, we'll have enough trucks, we'll have enough artillery and infantry equipment, and they're gonna be done with a soft attack of 249, defense 447, breakthrough of nearly 290, armor 28. So these are going to be the punch-through divisions, after which we will have to actually design a fully, fledged panzer division, and I don't know what we're going to use for that. Maybe we're going to duplicate the cavalry division and just switch one of these into armored battalions, because this would effectively work if we added the mechanized infantry here, and we would want... Oh, I actually can't do it, so it would have to be like this, motorized artillery or something like that, which would be amazing, but would require a huge amount of medium tanks, and we really don't have that at this point. Or we could maybe go like this, heavy tank, no, not heavy, medium tank, and move this. Yeah, this would be better, much stronger, but also, 264 white tanks and 200 medium tanks would be very substantial investment. But hey, that's what we are here for. And we get the radio. Adopting the invention of amateur radio operators and extending the use of FM radio will reduce interference and allow us to find new uses for radio technology. So now let's get the radio detection and end the episode. So I'll see you in the next one, which I'm going to record right now because I'm still not too sleepy.